Hello everyone, I am Komal Mehta, teaching as an assistant professor in Computer Science department at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. Today in the series of HTML course, we will cover about the page layout and the document layout. The layout basically means the structure we want to create. So what do you mean by page layout? Let's start with this one. It is a part of a graphic design that deals with arrangement of visual elements on a page. That means description of elements that will displaying in our web page in what manner is showing in a page layout. It is used to make the web page looking better and more impressive. It established the overall appearance, relative importance, and relationship between graphic elements to achieve smooth flow of information and eye movement for maximum effective and the impact, because that helps in enhancing the appearance. So the layout basically means how to improvise the web page in according to the appearance so that everyone will attract toward that particular web page. So this will be done with the help of page layout. Website oftenly displaying the content in a multiple columns. So first column is a header section, next is a navigation bar, and then indexing, and indexing contains some content section, after that footer section. So what do you mean by header section over here? That means the part of a front end which is used at the top of a page, or we can say title of a web page is representing as a header. It is used to add a header section in the web page. So there is separate section inserted in a web page that is called a header section that helps in indexing the header one. Next is a navigation bar that showing some menu list and used to display the content information with the help of hyperlink so that we can move from one web page to another web page. The navigation means showing the path where the actual menus is inserted, and from that menu we can move to other menu, and that will be showing with the help of navigation bar. Next is a indexing and sliding bar. That means holding additional information and is not always necessary to be added in the page. So that the necessary information is finding in a separate area. If you want to read more, then you have to move to that particular area, else no need for this. Next is a content section that the content is displaying. Next is the footer section that contain the contact information and other query related to web page. As you all know, whenever we are searching for anything or any website, then at the last we have showing a one hyperlink with a contact us, or if there is any query, then feel free to contact on this toll free number. Something like that will be mentioning in that part, and that is mentioning for helping us so that we can communicate if there is any query. So that was mentioned in a footer section. Next is a HTML layout techniques. There are some techniques to create multiple column layout. So what are these techniques? Let's discuss one by one. Firstly, HTML tables. Next, CSS float property, Flexbox framework, and the grid. The HTML part basically deals with the table, and rest is from the CSS part. So first is a HTML table. The table tag element was not designed to the layout tool. It is designed to displaying the tabular format. So the tabular format will be helpful when we creating with the help of table tag and split out multiple sections, as a simple table will doing this row or column section and make a record of particular information. Next is a CSS float. It is common to do entire web layout using this property. It is easy to learn as we need to learn how float and clear properties work. That means it helps in commonly, we can say, the displaying of data and how the particular data flowing or a clearing properties. That means showing the properties in a improvised manner will be done with the help of CSS floating. But the main disadvantage over here is it harms the flexibility because it's tied up with the document, and that harmed the flexibility because that is not possible to move anywhere whenever we want. Next is a CSS flexbox. It ensures that element behave predictably when layout must accommodate different screen size and different display devices. That means that is not a screen dependent or a displaying device dependent. It is completely independent on any of the software. Whenever I want to access data, I will access with the help of any software, with the help of any devices, and at any size. No matters what the screen size, what is the displaying device, is displaying device is supported this particular web page or not. So the restriction over here is handled with the help of CSS Flexbox. So that will help to ensuring that one. Next is a CSS grid view. It offers grid-based layout system with rows and columns and make it easier to design without having to use float and positioning. That means we need not to mention how much the floating will be done, what is the particular positioning will be done. It just creating a grid that is based on a row or column and help in designing easier manner in comparison of the floating and the positioning. Next is a CSS framework. To do task fast, we must use this technique. W3 dot CSS or Bootstrap is the basic example of CSS framework, we can say. So this is the best technique till now about the sections, how the layout will be done and how the improvisation will be performed in the HTML. So in among five, CSS framework is the best one and giving the best result as well. Next is the document layout. Document layout basically used to position the report inside the document. That means the layout in an HTML allow us to insert image, text, table, hyperlink or anything else we want to add on. So this will be done with the help of document layout. It is an HTML file that includes special tags to identify the placement or a report. That means with the help of that text we will identify what actually we want to do. So it uses XML, XLS, sorry, XSL to allow the user to view the content of a report included in an HTML document. This technology allows us to separate style from content where the creating a web page will be done, and that will be performed with the help of this feature. XML defining the structure of information and XSL defining the formatting of the information. We can hide formatting marks as well as table borders in a document whenever required with the help of this technology. So that helps in enhancing the web paging. To view a hidden property, we will do it with the help of right clicking on a document to open and add it to choose hide oblique show element from the menu and choose the hidden table border. And that will be done with the help of showing the hidden part. And if you want to showing the hidden part or hiding the visual part, then the same process will be done. So there are some basic tags in a layout. What are these tags? First one is a head tag, next is a title tag, next is a body tag. The head tag contains all the general layout information, and title tag contains all the important titles of our web page and appears on the top of browser window. Next is a body tag where most of our HTML code is placed. The sample over here is HTML, then head tag, after that meta name. Meta name contain the content, and in similar manner whatever we want to insert we will do it with the help of head tag, and then title tag will be closed, started, sorry, and title is mentioned over here. Once title will be mentioned, title will be closed. After that, head containing the basic information about the data will be closed over here. Then body tag is opened and the body tag is closed over here, and the content whatever we want to showing in our web page will be mentioned in a body tag. Once the tag will be containing the information about the web page will be done, the body tag is closed and then HTML tag is closed. This is the basic structure of an HTML. Whatever we want to insert in our web page, we have to do it with the help of body tag. The above code is produced by default HTML editor. We need not to mention anything. Rest we want to use any number of tags as per our requirements. That is how we want to show our web page. break line, list item, ordered list, unordered list, table, heading, alignment, paragraph, etc. So these are the basic features which we want to insert in our web page. This is all about page layout and the document layout. In this, we have to know about what do you mean by layout, what are the basic features, how we will do it with the help of page layout. There are some HTML techniques we have to follow for inserting the tabular format or multiple sections. So what are the basic techniques, how we will do it with the help of these techniques, and what do you mean by document layout. This is all about these topics. Thank you.